Our guest tonight is former world champion Dolph Ziggler. How you doing tonight?
I'm doing all right. How you guys doing?
Can't complain. We got Dolph Ziggler in the house. How can we complain? Listen, you will be.
No, I really think this is as good as it gets. He has the talent, the mic skills, someone who will say whatever the hell he wants, and someone who delivers. So it sounds good to me.
Exactly. That's why this is perfect for you, and this is the perfect medium for you. Well, listen, you will be fighting for the Intercontinental Championship in a ladder match at WrestleMania 31. Through your first 5 years wrestling at the WWE's premier event, you hold a 1-4 record. How have you prepared differently for this match, and how much confidence do you have that you'll walk out of WrestleMania with the IC title?
I have a 1-4 record. What match did I win?
Was it Team Johnny?
Yeah, it's Team Johnny, I'm pretty sure.
Oh, that counts as me winning?
That's a huge victory. What are you talking about?
I'm so proud of that team effort of all those guys who I was on a team with. Here's the deal. Ladder matches are crazy. The Intercontinental title is starting to barely mean something again, not just to me, but to fans. And I'll say what I always say usually going into WrestleMania. You're going to see Sting. You're going to see Brock Lesnar. You're going to see John Cena. And my goal and the chip on my shoulder's goal is to have you talking about my match the next day. And I promise you, there are so many hungry guys in there who want to prove to everyone just how damn good they are. And it's going to be hard for me to keep up, but trust me, I will.
The IC title obviously has a storied history in WWE, but I think one of the big complaints among a lot of fans is that it isn't necessarily prioritized now like it might have been in the past. So if and when you win the title at WrestleMania, what do you feel needs to be done on your end and also from a company-wide perspective to kind of restore some of that prestige?
Well, to restore prestige, you'd have to do something similar to what I did a couple of months ago. I finally beat Miz for the title, and then constantly the Authority wanted to take it off me. So it became that much more exciting because every Monday, every Thursday, every weekend, every pay-per-view, I was defending that title, and that was slowly – they were trying to stick it to me, and you didn't know if I was going to win it or if I was finally going to lose it because the odds were stacked against me, or if you thought, okay, whether they're trying to take it off them or not, it's constantly being defended. And that was, I think, the right track to starting it to go, oh, there's that workhorse title that gets put on the line all the time. Brock Lesnar's not always around. This could be the up-and-coming title. And for a couple of months, I probably defended that thing 20 times, and that's the absolute way to get that more prestigious. Not only it's obviously on the back burner right now. There's other stories going on. It's not the top story, and I'm not going to pretend that it is. But my goal when I get an inch is to try and take a mile. So when I had that title, I was like, oh, let me defend it. Tell Triple H to call whoever he wants. Have him whoever he wants ringside, because the more I defended it, it slowly began to gain some steam as a title that wasn't just a workhorse title, that you knew it would be defended sometime. And that's what needs to happen.
BG?
You pride yourself on being the show-off, the wrestler nobody can outperform in the ring. Who is the consensus measuring stick in WWE right now and of all time?
Wow, I don't know. I mean, my opinion all time would be Shawn Michaels. Measuring stick now? I mean, it depends. Do you have to be in the main event scene? Do you have to be one of the guys handpicked to talk every week? Or do you get to be just one of those guys who, when you go out there, whether it's for 2 minutes or 2 segments or 20 minutes or 30 minutes, that says walk to the back and says to all the producers and talent in the back, follow that. Because if that's the case, then that's me.
You are a 2-time world heavyweight champion, but many fans believe you have the drawing power to return to the top of the mountain. I know you're fighting for the IC title at WrestleMania, and that's where your focus is right now. But where does winning the World Heavyweight Championship sit on your priority list, and do you believe you'll reach that level again?
I'd like to think so. But also, it all depends. Obviously, I have to set my sights on the Intercontinental title right now. As I do, I focus on that going into WrestleMania. And even if I wasn't focused on that title, I would have to, because I am in no position on the card to go, hey, I'm next in line for the World Heavyweight title. I'm not dumb enough to think that I am. But here's the deal. I can be. I have been. And I will be again one way or another. Whether I get that chance, that is out of my hands. It is in the hands of the WWE Universe, and it is in the hands of Vince McMahon and the Authority, and however you want to view that, it's in their hands. Now, can I pry it out of their hands? Yes, I've done it in the past when I wasn't supposed to. But there's been a lot of guys who weren't supposed to be champs that actually were. So, yes, I will have the drive like I've had every single day since day one to be there and be the best. And if I have to prove myself without that title, I'll continue to do it till I get a chance to get that title.
Mike Chiari?
There was a lot of talk about you potentially having a singles match against Daniel Bryan at WrestleMania 31. You guys had a little back and forth going on Twitter. It seemed like a lot of fans were excited about the possibility of it happening. Why do you think that ultimately it didn't materialize? And also, how do you think it might have played out in terms of the build in the match itself had it happened?
Here's the thing. I'm going to try and think of, because I randomly suggested. I was pissed at my Royal Rumble match. I was pissed. I felt bad about Daniel Bryan having an entire world behind him and him getting shot out after a couple minutes also. So I said, listen, I got a chip on my shoulder. He's got a chip on his shoulder. Why the hell don't we show people who the real main event match should be? And if you want to pretend that, oh, there's no story, are you kidding me? This guy went from nothing to being the biggest chanted name in this business ever. He changed history in the main event of WrestleMania that he was not supposed to be in. I, on the other hand, on a slightly smaller scale, was told that I would never be champion. I would never be Money in the Bank winner. I would never have a chance to be on top here. And damn it, I earned it. And I said, you know what, Daniel, without these people behind you, I don't know what kind of situation you'd be in right now. Maybe mine. But if you want to prove who's better, this isn't to steal the show. This is to show who the real main event in this business should be. And I sure as hell wasn't going out there to shake his hand and shake his hand after. I was out there to kick his ass and prove that I'm the best. It's unfortunate it didn't happen because there was a little buzz all based on me suggesting, let's show the WWE Universe what a main event should be, and I dare someone to try and follow that. It didn't happen, but like I said, I never quit. I've come up with my own stuff on my own time before. That almost turned into something, which means next time maybe it turns into something that much bigger.
BG?
With WrestleMania coming up, obviously two names synonymous with the event are The Undertaker and Shawn Michaels, as you mentioned earlier. What do you think it'll take for you or any other performer to become the next Mr. WrestleMania?
For me, I would have to get a singles match at some point. We're going on 10 years of being under contract, and five and a half of them on television full time. So to become Mr. WrestleMania, not only do you have to be, it doesn't have to be a premier match. You can just be a standout in some matches, but at some point you need to be in an important match, whether you earned it yourself or got handed it. You need to be in an important match. It needs to be a singles match. And stealing the show is one thing. Everyone's going out to steal the show. You need to stand out and make your own WrestleMania moment. And everybody's is different. And I'm going to find a way to stand out against 6 or 7 other up-and-coming superstars who all want to outperform each other. I have to do that. And once that happens, then I have a chance to stand out as a Mr. WrestleMania.
All right, final round of questions here. You are widely regarded as one of the best in-ring workers in the wrestling industry. How much pride do you take in your wrestling ability, and how much do you focus on keeping your matches fresh when you're on television so much?
I will answer that if each of you will tell me one reason why I am not fighting for the World Heavyweight Championship.
Politics.
Each of you give me your own personal critique of why you think I'm not.
I think it's politics, personally.
Take that part out.
Okay.
Any job you'll ever be in your entire life, when I was a janitor, there was politics. There will be that in every single job ever. Think of something else. What do I have that is a weakness?
I can't think of anything conceivably.
Oh, come on. It's not going to hurt my feelings.
You're too blonde. I really don't know.
Too blonde? I've actually switched it out to the highlights, so you're wrong. But most importantly, honestly, I can't think of anything either. The internet sure has a different point because they think for some reason I can't talk because I say show off all the time. But to be fair, whenever I get a chance to talk candidly or however I want or how passionate I am about this business, I deliver every single time. So I can't think of anything either. So one of these days, it's going to have to break through.
Mike Chiari?
Yeah, well, you made mention of your talking, and aside from wrestling, it's well known that one of your passions is stand-up comedy. And I was wondering, when you're cutting a promo with WWE, how much does improvisation generally come into play for you? And also, what's your preference in terms of getting a scripted promo or going completely off the cuff? Like, what are you most comfortable with?
My favorite thing to do is to go on the WWE app. This isn't a joke or a plug because you have freedom. It's like the 80s again. They say, hey, you have a match against Luke Harper at the Sportatorium on December 13th at 7:30 for the USWA title. And you go, got it. And they bring you on, and you've got the bullet points in your head, and you have the passion to put over the title, to put over your opponent, to talk about how great this match is going to be, to how it's going to steal the show, to how you're going to walk out of there as the champion, the people champion, and with a title over your shoulder. That's what I love, because on the fly, no one can top me. It comes down to a lot of improv. In the ring, obviously, it is a television show with a script. And some of us are allowed to deviate from scripts, and some are not. I am not one of those.
PG, final question?
Dolph, you strive for perfection in the ring and professionally, and it's been documented that you're never satisfied with a performance. What would it take for you to be ultimately satisfied with a match or one of your performances?
God, I honestly don't know. That's a great question, because even some of my favorite matches of my entire life, a match against Edge at the Royal Rumble for the World Heavyweight title. I was a nobody who lost every single week going into that match. Every week I lost for 6 months. And Edge is so good, and he was a mentor of mine, that I held my own in that match where he led. And for the last 12 minutes of that 25, everybody was on the edge of their seats thinking the guy who loses every single night was going to become World Heavyweight Champion. And damn it, I'm proud of that. But whenever I see a clip of it, I go, God, I could have done this better. Oh, why did I move? And being a perfectionist such as myself, I may never be happy about it. But is that really a problem if my entire job is to constantly outdo what I've already done? I'm okay with it.
Oh, huge thanks to our guest tonight, Dolph Ziggler. Catch him in the Intercontinental Championship ladder match at WrestleMania Sunday, March 29th at 7 p.m. on the WWE Network. Tell the fans where they can support you, Dolph, on the web and buy your merchandise.
Yeah, most importantly, go to the WWE app. You want to see me cut a promo on the fly and kill it better than anyone else does in the ring. And also, merchandise, go to shop. I have a really cool hoodie I fought really hard for, because every time I get a chance to bring back a little bit of Attitude Era, I put a couple of hot babes on my T-shirt. It took a long time to get it approved, and now I got a hoodie. So I'm very excited about that. Every chance I get, I try and push the envelope one way or another. If you want to follow me on Twitter and pretend to get my jokes, it's @HeelZiggler. I usually try out a little stand-up material on there, or just have a little fun.
Another huge thanks to Dolph Ziggler. Thank you very much, and good luck at WrestleMania. We know you don't need it, but good luck anyway, man.
You got it. Take it easy, guys.